So let's get going. And this morning, one of the 90s classics, this is The Farm and Groovy Train. '90s tune there. I bet your parents will remember that one. Okay, that was Farm and the Groovy Train. We'll have a little bit more of that later on. So this morning, as you can see, I've added a bit of graffiti on my paper. This is to remind people about the importance of following instructions on Google Classrooms and the three websites here that we're using in maths. And of course, we mustn't forget this. So I thought this morning just run through the benefits, okay, and stuff like that. So starting with Pixel, it's a great place for homeworks. It's a great place for developing lots and lots of skills all mixed up. So, and that's where homeworks are set, stuff like that. Okay, great place to go. Pixel Maths app, Pixel Times Table app, all brilliant stuff. And then we've videos here, videos and worksheets. That's what we've got with Mr. Corbett. Okay, if you're stuck, find the video at Mr. Corbett, and there's some really good worksheets. Then we've got Mr. Barton, and the main part we use for Mr. Barton is the diagnostic testing area. Another great place to go. All right, lots of maths teachers have set you some maths questions on there, maths tests, quizzes mainly, and then this is for you really, BBC Bite Size, and there's a special Welsh section there for numeracy. Fantastic, covers everything, and they've really updated it recently, so those are the best places there. So these are really cool places to go to, so I'd encourage you to do that. So without further ado, let's get into this number patterns too. So first of all, I'm going to recap on what we were doing yesterday, and we're going to take this idea a little bit further. So we're going to look at lines now, okay? So what I want to concentrate on is the number of lines in this shape. Now, I'm not going to ask you to write this down. Morning, Alfie, by the way. Okay, I'm sure Lydia's out there somewhere. Good morning, Lydia, and anyone else joining me this morning. So how many lines to make that shape up? There's 4. Now, what I want you to think about here is 2 things. 1, how many lines are we adding for the next shape? And 2, how many lines are being shared? So here's the next shape, nice and simple. Okay, there's the original shape, and I'm adding on. So that's pattern 2 and the 7. So thinking about how many lines we add on to the shape to make the next one, and how many lines each shape. Okay, we're back on. Okay, sorry about that technical hitch. Not the camera seems to be working okay. So back on to then. So think about how many lines I add to the next, how many lines is being shared. So let's go through this one in detail now. With the shape before, we want another square added on. How many lines added on? 1, 2, 3. And how many lines are shared when we add one on? 1 is shared. Okay, so another way of thinking about this is that we start with the first one. We start with 1 line, but then each time adding 3, sharing 1, adding 3, sharing 1, adding 3, sharing 1. So the shared one makes up the okay. So, but to start things off, we need 1 to start with. So 1 adding 3, adding 3, adding 3. So pattern 3 is going to be add 3, 10 lines. Right, lines there, not lines. Okay, so from there we need to set up a bit of a table. Pattern 1, pattern 2, pattern 3, pattern 3, 4, 7, 10. And we need to ask ourselves, what are we going up in? Because that's going to be linked to the times table. Okay, so what are we going up in, folks? Answers in the comment box, please. Big welcome, Mr. Truman, this morning. Hope you're well. I bet Mr. Truman remembers the farm. Ruby train. Okay, send your answers in. What I want to know is, what are we going up in? Answers are coming in now. Write it in the comment box. Okay, well done, Lydia. Okay, a few more. Yeah, we're going up in 3. So if they're going up in 3, that's like the 3 times table, because the 3 times table goes up in 3. Once 3 is 3, 2 3s are 6, 3 3s 9. Going back to what we were saying here, okay, we've got to multiply that by 3 to start the process off. 1 and then add 3, then add 3. 1 and then add 3 and then add 3. So that's where the 1 comes from. So now we're going to take this further, because this is number patterns 2. We're going to look at getting a rule using this system here. Now this is the number of lines here. This is the pattern number, pattern. So to make the number of lines, what we need to do is we need to times by 3, because we're adding 3 on. Once 3 is 3, lines equals 3 times the pattern, but then we need to add 1 on. Otherwise, we just be doing this each time. And we need that added on the pattern start. So that's the one that gets the pattern started. So we need a 1. Times by 3, add 1. Now, check it with the next one. 2 times 3 is 6. Add 1 is 7. So that works. Okay. And a lot of GCSE questions now will go. Part B, you found the rule. Part B is going to be, what would pattern 6, 7, whatever it is, pattern 6 be without drawing it? So the idea now is we're going to use this formula to work it out. Pattern 6. So the line. Some Wi-Fi problem. Sorry about that. It's not happened in 6 weeks. So let's carry on. So going back to this part here then. So we've got lines equals 3 times p plus 1, and we were looking at prediction for pattern 6. So we go 3 times pattern is 6 plus 1. So 3 6s are 18. Add 1 makes 19. So we're using that rule for pattern 6 as the next part of the question. Okay, thanks for joining us again and not giving up. I think we'll be all right now. I've just changed a few settings. I don't know what's going on, but it seems to be working okay. Right, so that's where we got to yesterday. Now, what we need to do next is think about finding these rules without a diagram. Without a diagram. Now, let's take a few of these worksheets. Okay, now one thing I will say is, going back to what we've just learned, is that a general rule, instead of using P, I use P for the pattern. We can use any letter, but the best letter to use in formulating these rules is using the letter N. Okay, the letter N. Okay, and N is the position of the term in the sequence. Okay, and another way of thinking about N for any number. So that is the N part instead of the P part. Now, that's the times table we're looking at. Okay, so let's take this first one. N is 1, n is 2, n is 3. It's the position. These are our numbers. Okay? So we said lines before, but now we're just going to do it in terms of n. So what do I do to get from n to this number here? It's simply the 2 times table. 2, 4, 6, 8, 2 times table. Once 2 is 2. And if we add the letter n, any number, we're going to multiply it by 2. Okay, that's how the algebra works. Okay, and n varies. N can be any of these numbers. It's a variable. It can vary. It's the rule. So these have got a name. It's n. N is 1, n is 2, n is 3. And it changes depending on where we are in the sequence. And it's like the position. So it's a 2 times table. Let's have a look at this one. A little bit more tricky. First job, a little bit of a table there. Oh, table like that, probably better, isn't it? Okay, now my advice here is to work out what we're going up in, because that's the times table. Remember adding those 2 lines? Okay, so that's the times table, 11, 12, 13. We're going up in 2s, so we can write 2n for our pattern. Now, if you think about it, if we just did 2n, once 2 is 2, we're after 11. This is the 2 times table. 2 3s are 6, 2 2s are 4, 3 2s are 6, 4 2s are 8. But we want 11. So we've got an adjustment number to make. What's that adjustment number going to be? I'm opening that out to the comments. I've got 2 in the 2 times table and I need to make 11. What do I need to add on? 2 plus something makes 11. Okay, answers coming through. Well done. Brilliant. So the answer here is going to be 2. Well done to those people getting that right. Lydia, okay. Dylan, well done. So 2n add 9. So find the times table and then make an adjustment so it matches up the numbers you need. And remember, the times table, the n bit, is the number that you're going up in. So we're going up in 2s. That's where the 2n is. Put the 2 times table and have a comparison. Once 2 is 2, we need to add 9. Check it with the next one. 2 2s are 4, add 9 makes 13, so we're in business. GCSE question might say, use your rule to work out pattern 17, pattern 18, something like that. So these are all the 2n times table. That's an easy worksheet. Let's get to that. Okay. These are all 2 times as well. Okay. So I had a few more of these questions somewhere, but they're not to hand at the moment. So let's just make a few up. Okay, so next one is going to be 7, 10, 13. So our n table is going to, our n rule is going to be something times n plus something. Okay, right. Think about the number we're going up in. Okay, 7. 7 to 10. 8, 9, 10. Going up in 3s. 10, 11, 12, 13. So going up in 3s. So that bit there is a 3n. Okay. Now, think about your 3 times table, because that's what that is, 3 times table. Okay. 3n, right? Once 3 is 3, 2 3s are 6, 3 3s are 9. These are just numbers there putting down to work out what numbers they are. And we need to make 7. We know it's 3s because it's going up in 3s. We're adding each time, but that shared bit at the start to start with. Okay, we've got 3. We need to make 7. Type your answers in now, please, in the comment bank. Do with a few more thumbs up, folks. Can we send a few thumbs ups? So 3n, let's have a look, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need an adjustment of 4 extras. 3n add 4, well done. Okay, 3n add 4. Let's try this one. 3 2s, 3 2s are 6. Okay, add 4 is 10, brilliant. 3 3s are 9, add 4 is 13, spot on. Okay, right, let's have a look at one more. Okay, and then we'll do a subtraction one. By the way, when we're marking sequences, number patterns, the dot 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 means it continues the pattern. So 13, 18, 23. Okay. So this time I'm going to ask you for 2 numbers. I'll set this up. So put the pattern number down there. That's our n. That's our rule. Going to go in there. Okay. In that box. All right. So you're looking for the times table, the number we're going up in. That goes there, times n. And then we're going to add another number. Okay. So looking at that number pattern now, I'd like you to type in 2 numbers. The first number, you don't need the times n bit. You can put that in if you want, but 2 numbers really. One number is the times n bit, what we're going up in, and the second number is the bit about the adjustment. So 2 numbers. Brilliant. They're coming in now, the answers. Fantastic. Keep them coming, folks. Times table you need and the adjustment. If you just want to write one number, the times table, that'll get us started. Brilliant. Okay, so we've got a 5 and an 8. Brilliant. Let's just check this out.